Breaking news into CNN, ABC News anchor George Stephanopoulos has reached a settlement with President-elect Donald Trump in his defamation suit. The lawsuit stemming from an interview that Stephanopoulos did with Congresswoman Nancy Mace, where he asserted Trump was found liable for rape in a civil case. The network will pay out $16 million as part of that settlement and have to issue an apology. CNN chief media analyst Brian Stelter joining me. And Brian, this is actually a lawsuit with ABC News, the network, and Stephanopoulos. What else can you tell us about this?
That's right. It's not every day that you hear about a major network, a TV network, paying millions of dollars and apologizing to the president-elect. So this is a headline with real ramifications. And as you said, it stems from an episode of George Stephanopoulos' Sunday morning news program, where he was talking with a lawmaker, I think it was Nancy Mace, and they were talking about the E. Jean Carroll case. And George Stephanopoulos repeatedly used the word rape, saying Trump was found guilty of rape, liable of rape. Well, in fact, the accurate phrase to use is sexual abuse. That is what the New York court found. But because Stephanopoulos kept using that R word, rape, Trump filed a lawsuit. He filed a defamation suit. We've talked a lot in recent years about people using the courts trying to seek justice. Remember the Sandy Hook case against Alex Jones? Well, those defamation kinds of cases can also be filed by someone like the president-elect. So Trump filed a defamation suit. It was working its way through the courts. ABC was unable to get it thrown out initially. And actually, in the next few days, Trump was set to be deposed in the case. But ABC is avoiding going any further by settling. They're paying out $15 million plus $1 million in attorney's fees. They say this is going to go to a nonprofit, basically to Trump's future library. That's the idea. But maybe most importantly, Jessica, ABC is also apologizing, issuing a statement of regret. I'm just looking at my computer to get the exact wording here. But ABC is going to say, basically attach an editor's note to the website saying it regrets, and George regrets the statements. Meanwhile, an ABC spokesperson tells me they are pleased to have reached this settlement, but it is very notable. They are both paying out money to the president-elect and apologizing for the misstatements on the air.
Certainly. And what else, Brian, does this tell us about the president-elect's possible strategy for dealing with the media going forward? We know he's very litigious.
One word comes to mind, the word emboldened. Trump and his team is going to be emboldened by this settlement by ABC, because rather than fight this out any further, rather than trying to go to trial, ABC is choosing to settle. What does that mean? Maybe that means ABC had embarrassing emails or text messages or other material that was going to make the network look bad. Remember, that's one of the reasons why Fox News settled against Dominion last year. Sometimes networks settle because they don't want to drag it out any further and get embarrassed in the court of public opinion. But regardless of ABC's rationale, and they won't say why exactly they've decided to reach this settlement, it will embolden Trump and his allies who, as you've said, have shown they want to use the courts in order to achieve certain outcomes they want. In this case, they believe justice is being done by holding ABC accountable. Others would say this is a form of lawfare where you're using the courts to tie up news outlets and embarrass them and cost them, in this case, millions of dollars. I'm really struck, Jessica, by the dollar figure, by the way, $16 million. That's a lot of money for any news outlet to be paying out. And that's going to have, I think, far-reaching ramifications.
CNN's Hadas Gold is here with us now to talk more about this settlement. What more are you learning, Hadas?
Well, Jessica, it's a significant concession for ABC and a victory for President-elect Trump, because he's actually had not many victories when it's come to litigation with the media. And so this is sort of a rare victory for him. Now, of those $16 million, $1 million is going to legal fees, and $15 million of that ABC won't actually be paying directly into Donald Trump's bank account, but they say it's going to go into something for a potential future presidential library of some kind for President Trump. So as you noted, what happened was this was an interview back in March with Congresswoman Nancy Mace, and George Stephanopoulos in that interview said 10 times that that a jury had found Trump had raped that writer E. Jean Carroll. Now, while the jury did find Trump liable for sexual abuse, he was not found liable for rape. A judge did say later that the claim that Trump raped Carroll was substantially true in the broader sense of the word, but not as defined by New York law. Now, Trump has denied all wrongdoing and is appealing that verdict. But now, because of this settlement between between ABC News and Donald Trump. ABC is going to issue a statement stating their regret in the online article that showed this interview. And they also put out a statement saying that they are pleased that the parties have reached an agreement to dismiss the lawsuit on the terms in the court filing. Now, what's interesting is the timing of all this, because both President-elect Trump and George Stephanopoulos were supposed to sit for depositions related to this coming week. A judge had ruled that they needed to sit for deposition. So it's an interesting timing for this. As for why exactly ABC News chose to settle, because some experts in media law said that ABC News actually had a good chance when it came to this because of the high bar set for defamation in these sorts of cases, especially with a public figure. It is an uncomfortable situation, I imagine, to be a news organization having such a legal fight with the president-elect as he comes in for his second term.